CMGFM, baby. It's the third installment. Chris G and Dr. D. And Dr. D, it's always a pleasure. We've got some really pressing coffee news to report today. Some of it is uplifting, and the rest is just delicious.
Well, it's always going to be delicious when you're serving Medford's best coffee.
I'm going to agree with you. And there is a coffee establishment, been on the scene for quite some time. They've got several locations across several states. The Human Bean, they got a new leader. Scott Anderson is now running things over that way.
Now, wait a minute. I hope he's not going to be changing the coffee over there, is he?
I believe they're going to keep the recipe the same. We did want to mention that we are talking about the Scott Anderson over at the Human Bean, not the Scott Anderson who heads things up at a media company called Anderson Media. Just for the record, this is not the Scott Anderson we're talking about. The Scott Anderson we're talking about actually looks very similar, and he looks more like this. You can tell because there are coffee beans in the background.
That's right. Clearly, if there's coffee beans in the background, then it cannot possibly be the same person.
Yeah, and I think they found the right guy because, look, Scott Anderson is a human being, you know, so I think they, different spelling, but...
Being or bean?
You know, being, he's a human being, but he's running things over at the Human Bean.
The Human Bean.
And from what I hear, the gentleman has great taste in coffee, a real coffee connoisseur, so I think they made the right choice over there.
Well, if you've been in Medford long enough and you've had enough Medford coffee, then you obviously know what great taste is all about.
I'm going to agree. Again, this is the Scott Anderson we're talking about, not the other Scott Anderson. Dr. D, we're going to shift gears, and we're going to call Limestone Coffee, which they just won a very prestigious award. They're very proud of it. They got second place on a Yelp review, only to a Forge Coffee Company, and you and I both know Forge Coffee. Well, we couldn't call them because they don't have a phone number.
Yeah, we would have loved to have called the number one winner, but if you don't have a phone number, we can't call you. It's actually impossible.
Can't do it. But Limestone Coffee came in second. They have a phone number. We're going to call them, and let's do that right after this. Yeah, congratulations. It's Chris and Dr. D, Coffee Media Group for Medford. Did you know you got second on a Yelp review of the best coffee shops in Medford?
I'm sorry, what was that you cut out there?
I was saying you got second on a list of the best coffee shops in Medford.
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely excellent. Are you curious as to who beat you out? I mean, I thought it was a close race, but... You know who got the number one spot?
Oh, I don't care. I'm just happy to hear that we made it that high.
You know what? That's the right kind of attitude to have. Would you be interested to know who you beat out?
What was that you cut out there again?
Would you be interested to know who you beat out?
No, that's okay.
This is the right kind of coffee attitude. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we're all kind of doing the same thing, you know, and I think we all love coffee. Do you love coffee?
Of course I do. That's why I work here.
Perfect. Do you get paid in coffee? Good-natured, kind folks over there at Limestone Coffee taking this victory in stride. Well, second place to a Forge Coffee. And we should say, for the record, they did beat out Spinach, formerly mixed coffee.
You know, if you can beat almost every single coffee place in Medford, that's something to be extremely proud of.
Yeah, I mean, you can hang your Medford boots and Medford hat on that one because a lot of people don't do that. Hey, only one person beat him out, and that was Forge Coffee. Couldn't call them because they don't have a phone number.
Well, that's right, because Forge Coffee may not have a phone number because they spend all of their time on coffee and none of it on the phone.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. I want to shift gears just a little bit, Dr. D, because there's a story that's gaining a lot of traction. There's an office building in downtown Medford. I'm told it's a fine establishment. There's some office space available, and they're enticing the general public with coffee. Ironically enough, Middleton Coffee is in the lobby over here, and they're encouraging patrons to get some rental space, but they're doing it, which is not really fair because obviously, hundreds upon thousands of applicants will want to fill some of these office spaces. They're using coffee to lure them, which I think is a smart move.
That's right. It's the Medford Co-work Collective, I believe, is the name of the office building. And honestly, if I was debating on where do I want to put my office, where I wanted to have all my work take place, and one place had coffee and the other one didn't, I think my mind is made up.
Yeah, and I think they made the right choice in saying, let's go with Middleford, because it kind of sounds like Medford. One of the only coffee shops that it's almost the same name. There's just a few letters you need to sub out.
It's like you're in the middle of Medford.
And I think maybe that was the logic. And look, it's in the lobby. It's in the middle of the office building. So I'm told there's still some rental spaces available if anyone is interested in, drinking delicious coffee and in conducting business.
Plus, if you've got customers that are coming to your business or you want to attract more customers, what better way to do it other than your business being awesome is to also have some awesome coffee nearby.
110% on that. Hey, that's all the time we got today. We really appreciate everyone taking part and learning a thing or two. Maybe you already knew about it, or maybe you're just being refreshed on the relevance of Medford and the surrounding areas, Southwest Oregon in general, but specifically Medford because it's kind of the unofficial capital of Southwestern Oregon.
Unofficial, but it is the official capital of all good coffee.
I agree. We'll see you again next time. For CMGFM, it's Christy and Dr. D. We'll see you again next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.